Everyone, Zachary King, aka Zaspy here, and what I want to talk about today is my mantra, which is imperfection is perfection. This mantra came into my mind 5 years ago when I first started the Zaspy Facebook page. I needed something to stand by as I started to inspire people, and I also needed something to stand by that I genuinely believed in, and thus the perfection of imperfection came about. Now, the reason I started believing that is because I always judged myself and others for what I thought was not right about them or what was not perfect about them. And I realized that was just no way to live, as it filled my heart with hatred and suffering. I also hated myself for my own imperfections, and when I became Zaspy, I started looking at imperfections differently, as there's nothing I can do to change anyone's flaws or imperfections, not even my own. I can't change my disabilities, I just gotta find ways to live with them. When I say imperfection is perfection, I mean to say that you're perfect just the way you are. We have flaws, but that adds to the diversity all of us have, and that is what makes us all one of a kind. Some of us has disabilities, genetic traits we wish we didn't have, and we all have different beliefs, different sexualities, gender identities, and other traits that make us flawed. But the reason I view these flaws as perfection is because if we were all perfect, whatever perfect is, we'd all be the same, and that's just boring. I don't want to be the same as everyone else. I'd be bored out of my mind because I wouldn't be different in any way. Now, I want to reveal and reiterate facts you may have heard from me from previous videos about myself to drive my mantra home, so bear with me as you may learn something along the way. For starters, out of my four known disabilities, which are Asperger's, ADHD, comprehensive dyslexia, and bipolar, my ADHD does something to me that's very damning to my performance daily, and that has to do with energy. I wake up every day sapped of my energy, and that's because my ADHD, it doesn't take place in the body, it takes place in the mind. It makes it difficult for me to concentrate, and I struggle with that because it saps all my energy when I try and concentrate. I drink caffeine every day, like Coke and Pepsi or Dr. Pepper, and that gives me a rush to make up for that lost energy and help me focus better. I drink coffee, but the taste and smell are too strong for me to bear, and that plays into other flaws of mine, which are hypersensitive sense of smell and texture issues. Huge flaws of mine. Tying into my Asperger's, I have some senses that are hypersensitive and some that are hyposensitive. My main hypersensitive sense is smell. If I smell things like blueberry muffins or Cheerios with milk, for example, I'll start gagging and coughing, and I gotta leave the room until that smell goes away. Most normal foods, such as meat and vegetables cooked by my family, I also have to shut myself in my room because the smell is just too strong. And that is because it's not just sense, it's not just sense, it's taste and texture. I'm willing to bet that I'm the pickiest guy on the planet because I only eat cheese pizza, chicken fingers, French fries, PB&Js, uh, no berries yogurt, uh, and I eat several snacks and dry cereals. I don't even eat 3 meals a day because I'm so picky. I don't eat any fruits or vegetables due to my texture issues. I have a very strong gag reflex, and if I put something I haven't eaten before into my mouth, I'll just start gagging and I might even vomit from it. This is something I'm surprised hasn't made me diabetic yet, but I want to figure out a way around it, and it just drives me nuts in the meantime. I play video games a lot, and while that's not a flaw, it does bring about a foul mouth, and I have a very foul mouth in real life. I may not swear on the Zaspy page due to professionalism, but I'm not. But I'm also very prone to saying fucking shit, like constantly when I'm gaming. If I get frustrated or if I just get into the game, and I just don't use foul words all the time. One last flaw is that I rewind short clips of movies constantly for minutes at a time because I find joy in it, and I have a very repetitive nature due to my Asperger's syndrome, and that drives everyone nuts who hears it. So I have to do it on my phone with headphones and often away from others as long as they're or in the same room if they're not looking at me. These flaws play into what makes me perfect, as most people don't deal with these kinds of things, but I live with them as they helped make me a truly perfect human being. And I wouldn't change it all for the world. No one's perfect, but that's what makes all of our lives interesting and worth living. We just need to embrace our flaws and figure out ways to get by, and that's what keeps us going. I'm glad you stuck with me through this. I hope you learned a few things, and I certainly hope you view perfection as I do, as imperfection truly is perfection. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great day or night. Goodbye, everybody.